I'd rather watch that than these probation appointments that I'm attending on a weekly basis. Where was his hands in that Aston Villa game? No, where were they? Where were his hands? Man was moving like Edward Scissorhands, bruv. You know what I mean? Ange Ball turns hamstrings into cheese strings.
So what we want is really what we used to play under
Pochettino, thank you very much.
That's what we want. But that's the captain.
Yeah, but captain, but he's a human. The player should have played for some. You know, for everything he done for Spurs.
He's a one man, do you know what I mean?
One man band.
That's it. No, real talk.
I know.
That's him. I am legend. Will Smith, blood. He's just one man. He just walks in.
How many clean sheets as well we got?
Clean sheets?
No, but I say.
No. There isn't one laundrette in Tottenham, bro. I'm telling you, if Mason's in charge, simulate the season, blood. I'll speak in Australian for the whole season next season. I'll come to talkSPORT on a surfboard.
Hello and welcome to Inside Spurs, talkSPORT's weekly show where we talk all things Tottenham Hotspur. I'm your host, Abbi Summers, and we've got a hugely exciting panel for you this week. First of all, we've got online sensation, the one and only Expressions, who I'm sure is chomping at the bit to share with us his thoughts and feelings with us. Plus, we have a former Tottenham player who was part of that 2008 League Cup winning team. I know, I can't believe it myself. And has more recently been flexing his tactical muscles as a coach. It is Pascal Chimbonda. What a lineup I've got.
Can we get a round of applause for Pascal Chimbonda? What are we talking about?
So good, we signed him twice.
You know what I mean? And he's looking younger than me as well. Look at that.
He is. He's looking good. Happy birthday for next week.
Thank you.
It's so good to have you both here. Obviously, I know you guys really well, but I mean, so the fact that you actually won the last trophy that Spurs managed to get over the line with is quite an achievement.
Yeah, it's a good achievement because when you back at the season, we play, we wasn't good, you know, and it's only one thing to do to win the cup and save the season, and we did it, you know, and we work for it and we go for it and we show we wanted more than Chelsea.
I think so too. I mean, I was 14, you were 18.
I remember wearing that shirt, people asking me, what can I use that? They need a toilet roll and stuff, you know what I mean? That season, I was getting trolled.
It was
you know
a
what
bad
I mean? It was one of
time.
the worst seasons ever. But for me personally, in my personal life, it was a great time for me.
Pascal, you're playing in the Legends game in a couple of weeks as well at Spurs. Me and X might come down, might we, to check it out. Are you excited for that?
Yeah, exciting, you know, like, it's to meet all the old friends, you know, and back memory, you know. I think it would be something good and play against AC Milan, you know, some old legend as well. So yes, it's an interesting game and we look forward to do it.
Yeah,
Me personally, I'm definitely going to the game because obviously I'd rather watch that than these probation appointments that I'm attending on a weekly basis. Do you know what I'm saying?
Maybe we'll just roll them out for
Can you play right back, yeah?
Yeah, I can. Yeah,
In a high line, though?
I say can, yeah.
What are your hamstrings saying?
Yeah, I would just wore my hamstring.
Well, you've probably never had an injury and then you'll get one the first time you play. Right, let's just talk about this week then, because since I was last in here, we've been knocked out of 2 cups. So, yeah, it's not been ideal. Went away to Aston Villa, tough place to go anyway at the best of times. Lost the game 2-1. Obviously, we went 1-0 down in the first minute. So a team like Spurs at the minute who are just so brittle in terms of confidence, that is just going to set you up to fail, innit? You know, Kinsky again, early doors, and we will talk about Kinsky a little bit more, but it wasn't a great start, was it, X?
You're being generous about the first minute. Like, we conceded in 21 seconds like so solid crew, bruv. Like, yeah, I thought Asher D and Harvey and them man were out there. That's pretty much what it was like. And yeah, as you said, out of 2 cups in 4 days, I lost 2 cups, but I feel like I'm 18 again. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy, isn't it?
It's crazy, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, the only positive thing is us being out the FA Cup is that we don't go out of it on my birthday, because every year, March the 2nd, this team go out of a cup. Do you know what I mean? And they just ruin my birthday for me. Every year, no, honestly, every year it just seems to fall on my birthday for some reason, and we go out of the cup. But the Aston Villa game, for me, obviously, you spoke about Kinsky. The reason, you see, the thing is with Kinsky, like, we needed a goalkeeper, yeah? We've brought in another kid from Czech Republic when we've had Brandon Austin there. Do you know what I mean? Brandon Austin, I'm not saying, we didn't need a goalkeeper, but if you're going to go and buy a goalkeeper, you buy one that will make a considerable difference, because I'm thinking Brandon Austin should have a future. We've got Keeley, we've got so many young goalkeepers, and we struggle for a homegrown talent, innit? So for me, this is where your coaches need to be coaching your young staff, or you got to have like things in place, innit? For me, Kinsky, I don't want to slander him, do you know what I mean? But for me, feet, great.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Shot stopping, not so much.
No, not so much. Boy. Do you know what I mean? Like, where was his hands in that Aston Villa game? No, where were they? Where were his hands? Man was moving like Edward Scissorhands, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Man was doing up Jason punching. Everything is punching. But before we but if I'm gonna talk like that, let's not forget that he kept us in the game. He made one mistake. He did make one mistake, and even in the North London derby, again, he should have saved that Trossard shot. But I'm not blaming Kinsky for our losses. Do you know what I mean? Because for me, he's been a positive, us bringing him in. But I just feel like it just didn't make sense to me because Brandon Austin did deserve a chance. If we're gonna buy like a goalkeeper, like for me, it shouldn't be one like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously a difference between him and Vicario. I think that Vicario is a better shot stopper, but in terms of being in the air and having that physical presence in the box, he kind of lacks that, whereas actually Kinsky is better on that side, but the shot stopping. So we still haven't got a keeper that does it all. With Brandon Austin, when he has featured, again, it's a handful of times. He's 26 years old. I think we said he'd been at the club
Yeah, that's it.
years. But there's obviously a reason, because he's now fourth choice. He's behind Fraser Forster as well. So why do you think that is, that Brandon Austin wouldn't get a chance?
Because his manager decide, you know what I mean? He have a coaching a goalkeeper as well, he decide, you know what I mean? But I think they should have given him his chance early, you know, and see what he's capable to do, you know, because you can't keep a young, tall, big keeper like this on the bench, you know, and he'd be that Spurs for so long. So I think they should have give him chance before, you know, when Vicario even was playing, you know, alternate sometime, you know, to see what this kid's capable to do and take it from there. Because you can't have a goalkeeper on your bench and after next couple week or you go get another one, you know what I mean? So that's, for me, strange, but
just look at the amount of goalkeepers we've even got in the squad.
Well,
in the actual squad, you know what I mean? So, like, don't get me wrong, Kinsky, like, unbelievable feat. It's like we got Bruce Lee, you know what I mean? Yeah, but when it comes to his hands, it's like the man can't catch a flight, like, you know what I mean? I'm surprised he even flew over there. How did he even catch the flight? No, do you know what I mean? But I'm not gonna do that to Kinsky. He's 21
and
years old,
he's also coming at a difficult time as well.
Exactly.
Like, it's been a difficult
We can't forget his debut.
Against Liverpool.
Sensational game.
Yeah.
But I feel like, do you know what I mean? He's come in, like, with whatever he's known and he's played well, and then it's like whatever we know has just churned him.
Oh, yeah,
turned him.
Spurs will do that to you.
Yeah.
They will.
We've shattered his confidence.
I think the team, the first game against Liverpool, I think they play really good. I think they play really good at home, you know, against Liverpool, a good side of Liverpool, you know. And I think we play really good. But, you know, like, it was his first game, like you say, you know, and first game you have to show, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they bought you for how much is they bought him in?
I don't even know, but I know his missus was there and he was like, everything he was saying. Trust me, his girl was there. You know you want to perform in front of your missus. Of course,
you know, and you play at home, you know. Yeah, he play good. I watch a game, he play good, you know, sensational, fit good, what you say. You know, he makes up some great save to keep us in the game, you know, and in the end, you know, I mean, what happened is happened. You know?
That's what I'm saying. I called him next of Kinsky, as in number 2 to Vicario. But after that game, everyone's like, oh, he might be number 1, he might be number 1. Now, man, I'm missing Vicario.
I think there will be a battle, like, between the two of them, like, over time. But I think Vicario will obviously come straight back in.
Vicario is a good keeper.
He's quality.
He's quality keeper. Yes,
I think he could be better.
I think we need, but I do think we needed Kinsky there.
At corners, I think you're both forgetting how poor Vicario was at corners.
I think we needed Kinsky there
to push Vicario. To push him 100%.
Just like we need a left back to push there.
Let's just talk about the game then, because, I mean, it was a loss for Spurs. I mean, 48% possession that Spurs had, 11 shots, 5 were on target, 25% aerial duels won. I mean, again, it was the first half was a completely different story to the second half, in my opinion. The second half, we made some changes. Basuma came on, but the first half, there was just such a lack of heart, lack of desire, lack of fight. I felt like from that team. But are we saying that's because they're so tired? Because that's kind of what Ange is pointing things to, that they can't press the way that Ange wants them to press and do that, because they're playing a game every 3 days and they don't have the option to rotate with the injury.
But if your manager say my player is so tired, why is he can still playing the same kind of the football, say press. If you say your player is tired, so don't do press, you know what I mean?
No,
yes?
That's
just wait for Villa to come and play in counter-attack, you know what I mean? And you play away game. It's not like you play at home, you play away game. You just lose against Liverpool 4-0. So you go play against Aston Villa, you know, you want to go press. No. No.
For me, it's like, I understand the injuries, but like I've been saying, like everywhere Ange goes, he brings injuries. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like with Tottenham, when Tottenham signed Ange, they should have blatantly revamped the medical team, or we should have brought in so many players that he had options, because I'm telling you, Ange Ball turns hamstrings into cheese strings. So you need Wolverine vibranium hamstrings. You get me? Wolverine or adamantium or Wakandan vibranium hamstrings. Yeah, go and get some hamstrings for Wakanda, Black Panther or something like that. No, that's what you need, innit? To play under a system, because players are gonna get injured. Look at Celtic, yeah. Jota, all of these players were out. Like, literally, yeah. It's the transition, it's the running, it's how high we play, and then the transition running, yeah. All of the players are getting burnt out. That's pretty much what it is, yeah. And Ange, he said it in his press conferences, I'm not changing, it's not the way we play. Yeah. He's so stubborn, he refuses to change. And people will be like, oh, no, but no, he changed a bit. Yeah, he does a little bit of tweaking, innit? You saw it in the Brentford game, innit? But then you go back to Saw, because literally, yeah, our wing-backs always abandon their defensive duties. They invert.
Look at someone like Porro, for example. You know, against Brentford, sat. They were much more compact. He wasn't.
And then look at him against Aston Villa. The first 5 seconds, but he's in no man's land. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's been called up to fight. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't make no sense. Do you know what I mean? We got our wing backs are so high. You would think we got Wiz Khalifa and Snoop Dogg playing there. Do you know what I mean? Then they tuck in, and then we've still got nothing in the middle. Then our defenders, they get doubled up on, and we ain't even got proper defenders there anyway. Archie the Great, 50 Shades of Grey, great. That's my guy, young player, but he's not even a defender.
Do you know and he's holding it down by himself.
That's
and when you've got someone like Porro that's bombing forward, you've got Mikey Moore on that side as well the other day, who of course is young coming into it. He's not going to be able to track back as much. And you've got Porro leaving all that space open and a back line that doesn't even know if it's coming or going.
But that's what I'm saying.
Can you fully blame that on Ange?
No, but Ange's next job is going to be in NASA, because the amount of space he leaves on the pitch, they're going to sign him up. I promise you, the amount of space that there is, you've seen it, Abbi.
I know, but I'm saying, is there not a point where there also has to be accountability for the players? You're a right back. I know you played in a different
like
era.
I say, you know, you have a leader in that team, yeah? The leader need to go speak to the manager.
Tell me who in that team is a leader, because Son is the captain.
No, for me, a leader.
Who is the leader in that Spurs team? Who's the leader?
Son should be the leader.
But is he a leader?
Is a captain.
You know what?
I think Romeo is a leader.
With football,
exactly. Yeah, Romero is a leader. He is a leader.
The thing is, I feel like with football now, the captaincy has changed to like who's the most popular, who does everyone like. It hasn't. It's not who's the guy that's going to be shouting at people. Football's gone a bit softer now. That's how I feel. Where's the Roy Keane captains? We don't see them no more.
We don't have
Patrick Vieira. We don't see them anymore. We generally don't see them anymore. You just give the captain's armband to who's the most popular or this, that, and the other. Like, you're right. Ramiro might be a leader, but let me tell you this about Ramiro. If this was Argentina in a World Cup, he would be playing right now. If this was Argentina in the World Cup, he would be playing. The man would play for Argentina with 4 toes, bruv. When it comes to Tottenham, no. Nah, I'm telling you, fam, when it's Argentina, he's Argentino heat, bruv. You know what I mean? Eddie Guerrero. When it comes to us, it's Spurs from that 70s show, bruv.
Yeah, but
it's the truth.
Maybe if Spurs was second or third, they will play. But now, look.
But that's not acceptable.
So what do we think it is?
No, it's not acceptable.
So do you think it's the manager? Because remember, he did speak about the ownership.
Yeah, he did.
Since he's spoken about the ownership, we haven't seen him. But I thought, so when he said that, I thought maybe he was back in Ange, because you know when he saw the comment. But I'll generally be honest, Romero's a winner, What player is going to see the way that we play, see us lose every week and just think, oh yeah, this is the right way.
But is there not some accountability? Because I can think of 5 off the top of my head where Romero himself has made mistakes, an individual mistake.
I'm not talking about games he's played. I'm talking, remember, he's on the shelf. What he's watching. I'm not saying that, like Romero being out, we miss him and that, but when we had him, like, you can't put him in the team of the season. Brother, he goes to sleep. You get me? Like, he just turns off. He's like my PS5. He just goes on standby. Do you know what I mean? That's what it is, He just goes to sleep. Like the Arsenal game, he cost us a goal. Like, I can name Newcastle, cost us a goal. Leicester, him when he stepped forward and then I thought it was Dragason's fault. Watching it back, it was him. Do you know what I mean? Ramiro has cost us. He's Diego cost us. Douglas cost us. All of that.
And then you've got Mickey van der Ven there having to make all of these runs.
Mickey van der Ven, brother, his hamstrings, they're finished. Like, they get worked more than a guitar string from a rock band. No, I'm telling you. No, honestly, Mickey van der Ven,
he's covered too much.
It's crazy.
It's covered too much out, It's covered too much out. He's helping Udogie. He covered too much out.
Helping Porro, helping Romero.
Okay, he's a young, but I think
he's 23 years old.
Yeah, he's still young, but more we go, he would.
Well, this is now like
happen to him,
this is now like a chronic injury, isn't it? And once you start having them at this age,
we keep continuous to have it all the time. Yeah, because he's covered too many out. cover too many.
Nah, I'm telling you, we've never seen injuries like this in Tottenham in one season, innit? We've never, but we have seen it with Ange in the other teams that he's seen. I'm not saying it's all his fault. I promise you, I'm not saying that. Yes, our medical team are useless because you've seen players like Mano Solomon that are out for the whole season, Japhet Tanganga, you get me? We could never stay fit in that, and they've gone on to other clubs, and these men are just playing games week in,
yeah,
week out.
but the thing is, with Ange, the style of football you play, maybe the player he got to never play like this before. You know, so it's something you added to your muscle as well, you know what I mean? Because he's type of the guy you have to press full game.
You do.
But who press full game? Even City don't press full game sometimes.
Why do you think Maddison gets hooked so much? Maddison gets hooked so much because, come and think about it, we know Maddison can't run for 90 minutes, innit? There's certain play, but you don't need to be able to, like, I'm not a guy that just likes passion merchants that run. You have the passion merchants that run, then you have quality footballers. Maddison's one of the best pure footballers in our squad, and every time we need a goal, he's getting hooked. He's getting hooked.
But then why do you think that is then?
Because he's not running
he won't
enough
press
for
the way
Ange.
that
He's not running enough for Ange.
He don't do the work.
He's not running enough for what Ange wants.
Obviously, you're a coach now, and we'll talk about that a little bit later, but it must be so different for someone that really played in quite a traditional 4-4-2 role with a flat back four. Like to see what goes on with football now, and the ask of the right back, the left back is now all full force.
They go inside, you know. I'm not really fan of the type of the wide back and winger going inside. You know, I mean, because after where's the midfield? Because he make your midfield play higher, but when you lose the ball, as a wide back, you have to go back to your position, but your midfield is not there anymore, you know, because they move forward, but you have to go shift in your position. I think they copy too much City, you know what I mean?
Thank you very much.
Too much Guardiola. That's Guardiola's style.
Thank you.
Guardiola get the player for that style. We don't get the player to play like Man City play, you know what I mean? Guardiola has this type of football no one can compete with.
That's
you know
what
I
I'm
mean? That's his way, how he play with City. So every team want to play that way. No.
Pep did it, Arteta did it, and then Ange is trying to do it as well. I'm not saying that Ange didn't do it in his other clubs, but let me tell you this, there's no way he should consistently be doing that. You've seen the team that we've got available, innit? I don't understand why he plays with the single pivot. We ain't got one DM, not one DM in this team.
But that was an area.
Going to tell me, Archie Gray's our DM, Well, he's never played there, He's a centre-back, because even when Davis was fit, Ange played him at centre-back.
But that isn't actually his role. His role is to be in that position.
I hear you, but even so, single pivot, like he likes to play a single pivot. We've seen it at Celtic, we've seen it elsewhere. In the Premier League, for me, and especially with the team that we've got, we need to have a 4-2-3-1. As much as Bissouma and Bentancur, the man are saying Bissouma and Ben don't care and all of that. Now they're taking the mick, you know what I mean, And they're both my guys. I want to see them together, 4-2-3-1. I want to see our wing backs. I mean, one of them, Bissouma can sit. Or Bentancur can sit. Like, I'm not saying one fly forward, but
alternate,
do you know what I mean? When we do play 4-3-3, Kulu's always on the wing. Do you know what I mean? So we've got two people in, and man are all scattered. Like, there's no, brother, they're scattered. Do you know what I mean? We need a 4-2-3-1. One needs to sit, one needs to be there. Our wing backs, stop inverting. Overlap, so then let Son can cut in and let my man...
So what we want is really what we used to play under
Pochettino, thank you very much.
That's what we want.
That is what we want.
We want to go back to that style.
No, but the thing is, but it makes sense though.
It does make sense.
I'm not saying, I'm not saying full strength, let's do that, innit? Because full strength, and just proven in the first 10 games of last season, that he can do something.
And in certain moments this season.
When fit.
But what I'm saying is, for me, since the 10 games last season, we've been found out. Do you know what I mean? And last season, we had one game a week, Look at the injuries that we've had. So stop telling me that it's because we're playing 3 games a week why we got injuries. We had one game a week last season, Van de Ven's hamstring, off the bone.
Maddison.
Ramiro, Maddison. Do you know what I'm saying? Let's not talk about Richarlison because he's cotton wool. Do you know what I mean? That's pretty much what it is, isn't it? So we have injuries regardless. And from last season, not enough was done. We should have gotten... I was so upset with the window. Our window had window restrictors on it. That's what I'm saying. It was a secure unit, fam. That's what it was, Abbi, innit? I was so upset with the window. But Ange seemed happy. Do you get me? He was loading up Timo Werner. He was loading him up. How can we get him for 6 months,
And then think to extend
the 6 month loan was a slap to my face, And then you see when we made it permanent for another month,
wild.
that was an uppercut. That was a Haryukin. That's what it was, boy. No, literally, that's what I couldn't believe.
I agree with you. I couldn't believe that whatever they'd seen in that first 6 months, they thought, let's extend it. I thought
he was going to be our ball boy. You know, when the ball goes off, because all he can do is run. No, I'm sick. Werner. Brother, I'm telling you.
For me, they shouldn't take him back.
But that shows
he's been taken out the Europa League squad.
Well, yeah, and rightly so. But that also shows the lack of ambition, I feel, from above. In my opinion, if you honestly saw that 6-month loan spell, it's the cheap option to go and extend that even further than actually go and find someone that is going to improve the squad, because he's clearly not improved the squad. That's cutting corners again from the top.
But that was our first signing.
I know, but in the summer, I know that you're mates with Bissouma, but let's be real. Since you did that shoot with him, Bissouma ain't never been the same. He's never been the same.
Let's talk about Bissouma.
He's never been the same, right? I always felt we need an upgrade on Bissouma, and we definitely need a number 6 in the summer. And that was not addressed.
We definitely need someone who stay in the front of the defense. Let people attack. We don't need a goal scorer. Look at Chelsea when Makelele was playing there. Mourinho said, you don't pass the halfway line. You stay there. And you see that guy just protect everything. Yes. Right back go, is cover. Left back go, is cover. Centre back go, header, is cover. He's there. You know, that's a guy, we need someone like this to stay there. All our midfield, what they want to go forward, try to score goal. No, just stay,
And we sold Højbjerg. I'm not saying I want him back or he didn't need to go, but you're selling something. That is literally the position that, do you know what I mean?
But Ange doesn't traditionally play.
I know, because Højbjerg under Ange, you didn't see how far, Højbjerg was scoring goals for us. Didn't you see how far forward he had to play under Ange? Because Ange doesn't play with a DM.
I know, but then that's the problem, isn't it? Because when you think back to that Poch style of team, you always had someone sitting there, whether that was Wanyama or you had Eric Dyer there for protecting the back line.
Every team got,
it's the balance.
Every team got some players there. Look, Partey at Arsenal.
Rodri at City.
He's there,
you know what I mean?
You see Gavin Berg at Liverpool. They don't want to score.
You have a double pivot,
I'm happy, man, my team, all the players score. And I'm happy to do the bad job.
That's why I mentioned Højbjerg. The man used to make challenges and celebrate.
Yeah, we need to have someone to do the bad job in the midfield.
Let's talk about Son quickly before we move on, because again, missed a huge chance against Villa the other day, didn't he? We were talking about it before we started. Is this kind of decline of Son? And I know people don't like when you say anything bad about Son, but we do need to be real about it. Is this decline because he's obviously getting a bit older, he has lost a bit of pace, half a yard, doesn't have the same kind of quality he used to? Or is it the fact that he is totally isolated?
No, I think Son lost confidence, you know, because the team lost confidence, everyone in the team lost confidence, you know, when outside against you, you know what I mean? And you can't perform, you know what I mean?
But that's the captain.
Yeah, but he's a human.
I get
you are a human.
I get
you are a human. You know, like some commentator in the TV, you know, like go at you, you know, all the time on your back, you know, like, oh, this. Mate, we are human. Everyone is human. You know what I mean? We get family, we get kids, you know, and everything's maybe things happen outside the football. You know, we don't know. And when people shooting at you, you know, like, oh, they no good, they know this, he's a captain, he should do this, he should do that. Aye, we are human, man.
So
we know what about, you know.
Best role for him then, because I appreciate that it is a confidence game. And obviously the team is completely bereft of that. But he's not adding anything, in my opinion, to the side, really.
He needs someone like Harry Kane. He miss Harry Kane.
That's exactly what I was about to say, man. That's why when I started talking, I was going to say, like, with Son, Son, fantastic player, love him, but at the same time, he's never been that player for us to just take the ball and create something. He's always had people helping him. Do you know what I mean? Son's usually our goal scorer. Do you know what I mean? I know he's got a lot of assists for us, but he's pretty much our goal scorer. You saw Harry Kane gave up his golden boot to be an assist machine for Son that season, innit? Like, Son...
Do you think it's... Sorry to interrupt you, but do you think it's the lack of having that behind Son or in and around him? Like Kane would drop deep and they'd have that link up, and that's why they have the best combination.
And I also think that he has obviously lost a yard. So with like Son beating players, like you would rarely see, you'd see Son do a step over cutting and shoot, but you'd rarely see him beat like 3 players and then score in it. Like Son's goals came from like one ball through, you just see him running through, do you know what I mean? And he's always been able to finish in it. That's what it is. But I feel like he's lost a yard in pace, and I feel like he's lost confidence because the team's just not performing well. You saw him 2019 Son against Elfsborg doing all the step overs in the world, having fun. Do you know what I mean? Samba. Do you know what I mean? And then you saw him against Liverpool. He said, you know what, I can't even try to do this because it's like, it's a confidence thing. Do you know what I mean?
It is.
So for me, he's definitely regressed as a player, but I don't feel like we're playing to his strengths because we just got him on the wing. He may as well be in Wormwood Scrubs, HMP, your Wandsworth. Do you know what I mean? Because when he's on the wing, like, he's doing time. We need him like to be an inverted left forward where we can have our left back overlapping, being able to either cross in or pass it to him so he can cut in and shoot. Like how we played under Pochettino was perfect for him. And even when we played under Conte, it was still perfect for him. Because remember, we had like 3 at the back. We had the thingy. So we were still inverting. So I feel like Son's best seasons come for when he's playing as a left forward and Ange just does not play that system, innit? So,
he's gonna
but
suffer.
for
So
me, you know, I did one thing, Son, the players should have played for Son. You know, for everything he done for Spurs, If you're in the pitch with Son, you have to play for him. You know, like when Harry Kane was there, they play for Harry Kane to score goal, to make us win. So they should put Son in the same position as when play for him, you know? Same like when Messi was at Barcelona, every, player they play
Ronaldo,
for.
Benzema
You know what I mean?
Ronaldo at Madrid.
They should play for like this for Son. He's not young anymore.
No, he's
32.
Not. But that's what I'm saying.
If you make him make it so much one on the wing, he don't have energy to score, to do anything.
It's adapting to how he is now to get the best out of him.
You have to adapt of your best player. Adapt your team to your best player.
That's what I'm saying. You got him running back to be a left back. He ain't got enough energy for that. Like, do you understand?
He's nearly your age.
No, but that's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. He ain't got enough energy for that. You got him running back to be a left back and that. Why can't he stay up there? Players like him and Madison shouldn't even be running back. We should have enough at the back to just have
and in midfield as well that can help.
Yeah, true.
All right, let's talk about Ange, and move on from kind of what happened the other day. Harry Redknapp said on talkSPORT Breakfast that he thinks the problem with Ange is not having his support staff that he takes with him to teams. And he works with kind of the people that he then inherits at every club. And he said he looks like a very lonely figure. I mean, that is kind of weird, isn't it, as a coach to not have your own coaching staff?
Yeah, but the thing is, he does that. It's not even just at Tottenham. It's not like I said, we're not going to hire you, your coaching staff. He just doesn't go anywhere and bring coaching
He's
staff.
He's just like a lone wolf.
And our coaching staff, like, brother.
Well, look what you've inherited.
Brother, let's be honest. Look at what he was coming into, For him not to bring a coaching staff, As much as I want to sit there and say, oh, Ange. If he has hay fever, we got Ryan Mason in the dugout. Brother, it's like George and Lenny from Of Mice and Men we got. Nah, real talk, it's crazy. Ryan Mason. No, what's man talking about? Like, our coaching staff is shocking. Who's our goalkeeper? Who's our set-piece coach? Who is it? Do you know what I mean? You see top teams in the Premier League spend money, and then forget about the names, it's their job. You get me? You see them man down the road, You get me? Painting murals because of their set-piece coach. Who's our set-piece coach? Jedinak?
I think it's Jedinak.
Jed what? What are you talking about? I know about Jed Spence. That's it. Who's that? Who's that? Do you know what I mean? No, honestly, our coaching staff ain't good enough. It's not good enough. And if we're just relying on Ange, like you look at the last few games, Abby. It's like we haven't got a coach. It's like the only coach we got has 4 ties and takes us to games.
I didn't even know he didn't bring his coaching staff with him.
Yeah, apparently so. As a coach, you must find that weird.
You have to. If they told you can't bring your team coach with you, you don't accept the job.
Well, is that a thing? Is that a thing from the board then?
Yeah, but
no,
that's him on his own.
No,
right?
Ange doesn't have coaching staff. So when he was at Yokohama, I don't know the name, Yokohama something, and Celtic, Like, he just came in. He's a one man. Do you know what I mean?
One man band.
That's it.
One
No,
man.
real talk.
I know.
That's him. I am legend. Will Smith, blood. He's just one man. He just walks in. Do you get me?
No coach coming on his own, you know. I mean, you have to build the staff.
You have to build the
You
staff.
have to build a staff.
And then it builds unity.
Because if something happens, you know, you get, like you were saying, you get sick.
Yeah.
You know, you can't take the training, you know. Who you rely on?
Well,
you know what I mean?
This is the conversation, right?
Yeah.
So look, I know that there's, again, the whole Ange debate, you know, Ange in or out, whatever. But if he does get sacked, then we all know that it will be Ryan Mason till the end of the season.
Too late for him to get sacked.
So where are we with it?
No,
way too late for him to be sacked.
You don't think he'll
Way
get
too late
sacked?
for him
Do
to
you
be
trust Ange at this point to try and turn it around when the players come back?
We try, yeah. As a coach, you have to try. Yeah, you have to try, because if you don't, you know you are gonna to be sacked at the end of the season. Simple of that.
But
I know
they
can't sack him right now because they will maybe make a mistake because he will say, I don't have my 11 player. Even maybe Levy think about waiting all these players get back because it won't be any more excuses for him anymore. You know, let him 11 squad back, fit, ready to play, and as you will judge him on the last, how many games left?
Just the rest of it.
Yeah, the rest of the season, and you will judge us of this. And after that, if nothing change, no progress made, and I think next season.
Just for context, before you answer, Spurs, when I think just before the injuries really hit in November, Spurs were 6th in the table, but they were only 3 points off of 3rd. So, just in your mind, I think obviously I get that people might not like the style of play, it's too open or don't want to blame the injuries, etc. But if you do look back, we're not going to win every game. I appreciate that. We've lost games with full strength teams, but we weren't in a bad position.
Yeah, but we still didn't put together any run.
No.
It was pinball. It was like going into the casino, putting everything on red or putting everything on black.
Yeah.
It was like you 50-50 like Lamar. That's what it was.
Look.
If you actually look at this season, we've lost, 16 games in all competitions, Abby,
Yes,
How many games have we even played? I don't even know if he's won more games than he's lost this whole season. I don't know. It's been ridiculous.
How a team like Ipswich come won in
look
our
at that.
stadium, you know what I mean?
And who was injured there? We had Ramiro playing.
You know
Ramiro was playing. I think he went off injured that game, but we had Ramiro playing. Ramiro was playing that game.
I think so,
That's what I'm saying. Let's look at it. Leicester, the start of the season, fully fit squad, 1-1, dead. Do you know what I'm saying, What was the next game? Everton, we hit them for 4.
But
then I think we won again in Europa or something.
Then we lost to Newcastle. But
we lost to
But
Newcastle.
you don't need a fully squad to beat
Exactly.
I agree with that.
Our record against the teams in the top half of the table is atrocious.
I agree with that. But what I would say about even go back to the start of the season, someone like the Leicester game, Spurs absolutely dominated that game, didn't take their chances, and it cost us. Defensively, we cost ourselves, right? You then go away to Newcastle. Spurs were in control of that game. Again, should have won the game. Romero goes forward. No one's covering. Van de Ven can't get back. Or Dragusin, it might have been Dragusin actually in that game.
And Romero.
Another defensive mistake. Arsenal, who's at fault for that?
Romero.
So there's certain things. Yes, I am not saying, I'm not this Ange enthuist that will always say Ange is totally blameless. There is a culmination of different things.
No, but I'm not saying that we're
But I think that there does have to be about, we're only losing games by 1 goal.
But
And these are
but that's what I'm
individual
saying. But
moments.
we still lost these games. So that's what I'm saying. So, for example, with a fully fit squad, let's not pretend that we're just going to be blitzing. We'll lose games still. And we've lost 13 games already in the league, We lost that, I believe, last season.
It won't be as bad as it is.
No, last season we lost 13 altogether. We ain't been to Stamford Bridge yet. We ain't been to Hanfield where we get touched. Do you know them way there? So realistically, Abby, how many losses are we going to have this season?
I don't know. I think we're at one
I'm not Ange. The reason why I'm not Ange.
How many clean sheets as well we go? This season.
Clean sheets.
No, but I say.
No. There isn't one laundrette in Tottenham, bro. They had to close down all the laundrettes and dry cleaners in Tottenham.
You know, you want
winning
game. Okay, is scoring more goal than the opponent. But if you want, you can't win 1-0 and no concede goal. But we always concede.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
But that's what I
never
mean.
Stay compact. You know what I mean? We go today, we go for 1-0 or we go 2-0. You know what I mean?
And then you ask him, and he says it. He goes, "No, I'm not shutting up shop. Do you know what I mean? I'm not closing down. Like, I want to score as many goals. I want to outscore the opponent. Are you not entertained?"
Yeah.
This is coming out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, Ange is the most protected Spurs manager. He's getting all the time Pochettino should have got.
Absolutely.
That's what it is.
Absolutely.
We feel like we've done Pochettino so wrong You get me? Forget about Nuno, Conte,
Jose.
Mourinho. We feel like we've done Pochettino so wrong. We're hanging on to the 10 games of glory, and we're giving him time. The reason why I don't want Ange out now is because it's too late. My season's done.
I agree.
We both know, Tottenham fans, we're not used to winning trophies. So if it's another season, whatever, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? But does he deserve the chance? Does he deserve it?
Every 2 seasons you have to.
It's every 18 months.
Yeah, every 18 months you win a trophy. Maybe we're still in Europa League.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Well, he says he wins trophies in the second season. We sack a manager every 18 months. We might as well stay with it.
So maybe,
but the only trophy he's getting is like the most hamstrings, black. That's the only trophy.
He can lift them up, lift Mickey.
But that's the only thing we're lifting. You know what I'm saying?
Pascal, let's move on to you. Let's stop talking about Ange and let's stop talking about what's going on at Spurs. Let's talk about you because you did win the Carling Cup and that was a very significant moment for both mine and X's life. What did it feel like winning the Carabao Cup?
It's when you are a player, you're playing to win trophy, you need title, you know what I mean? And like I say, our season was so bad under Ramos, you know. We was 14, I think, 14 in the league, you know. We wasn't playing well, we were battering every time we go play, you know. And we was in a final, you know, like we say, let's give everything, let's do everything to win it because the game before we beat Arsenal 5-1.
I remember that. It was my birthday.
Yeah, so it was good, you know. I mean, the confidence was there, you know, and we go higher to the final, you know, and play in the new Wembley as well, you know. Wembley was, you know, so like everything was coordinated to do a big game and win the trophy. And Chelsea at the time was big Chelsea, you know. I mean, they put big player on the page. So yeah, but it's like I say, when you play football, it's 11 men against 11 men. No fear, you know what I mean? That guy don't have anything different that I got, you know what I mean? He's a man like me, we get everything same thing. So like we go play, you know, and we win, you know, even we was losing 1-0, you know, in a, you know, blockbuster score, but we keep believing in ourselves, we keep believing in all the players we got, you know what I mean? And we did it.
Let's talk about Juande Ramos then, because he is the only manager to have won things in my lifetime and your lifetime. I've always kind of heard with him that he was a bit of a strange character, only spoke Spanish, he banned ketchup and other condiments. Like, what was that like, not having any ketchup for lunch?
So what were you doing in your training sessions? Rosetta Stone, bruv. How did you understand him? Hold on, were you doing Rosetta Stone in the training?
The assistant coach was speaking English, you know what I mean? So I think it was more easy, you know, to communicate with the player, you know, because he was full Spanish, you know. I mean, I don't even think he wanted to speak English, you know. So yes, it's hard, you know, like when you can't communicate with your the manager, with your own player, you know, I mean, and bring your assistant coach to communicate. I think it's something hard because you don't have the privacy. If you want to speak to the coach, privacy, you don't have the privacy with it because he assistant. Yeah. So that I think is a reason for. But they bring him because when he was at Sevilla, he was winning like 4 Europa. He bring trophy all the time. So look, he didn't lie. So he come at Spurs. He win 1 trophy, you know, so
when you won and you were celebrating, was you just going over to the assistant because he didn't understand what's going on? You were like, Gaffer, we did it, and he'll be like this.
He didn't understand.
You know, like, it brings, you know, like Spanish coach and it's different thing, you know, like when we say some player is overweight, you know, and we have to do the diet on some player, you know, I mean, so ban ketchup, sometimes buy sauce, you know, like, you eat like dry rice, you know, dry rice.
Who was upset the most?
You carry me and then you drink dry rice.
Oh yeah, no jack sauce, no nothing. Oh my days, yeah, I'm deep in it. I'm actually deep in it.
You know what I mean? Like, wow, you see, like no sauce, you eat your chicken, like dry chicken, like wow, it was.
Imagine we had Ndombele. Imagine we had Ndombele back then. He would have left. Transfer request.
Done.
You get me?
No. It was hard, but you know, like I say, as a footballer, you know, if you're happy on the pitch, you know, doesn't matter what's going on outside, you know. So yeah.
Well, you were sold under Ramos, but then you were bought back by Redknapp.
Yeah, by Redknapp.
Were you happy to come back?
Yeah, I was happy to come back because I was in Sunderland, you know, with Roy Keane, you know, and I had the tough time in Sunderland, you know, and back at Spurs, you know, when everything positively happened to me, you know, it was something special, you know, back with my old teammate, you know, friend, you know, and back in London, you know, like, wow, who don't want to live in London. You know?
Yeah, real talk.
So back with my old teammate, yes, it was good to be back. Yeah, but after the way when I'm back is happening, I didn't like it. But you have to accept the manager decision because at the end of the day, it's only the manager decide.
Let's just quickly move on to talk about someone like Tel, who obviously kind of made his debut during the week as well. Got a good goal, really good finish actually against Villa. Danso again making his debut, being thrown in at the deep end. What do you guys think of them on first impressions?
With Danso, because I see him play in the French league, and French league is, like I say, it's a tough league. You know, people don't think it's a tough league, but I think French league is a tough league. And Danso is a good defender. Yeah, he's a proper defender. Yes, when you see him, he's a proper beast. You know, and I think we need someone like this, like a proper defender. Maybe he's not good with his feet to come out. You know, thing like this.
Playing centre half.
Yeah, but we need someone like this in the defense. We need it.
Yeah,
we need it. Yeah,
I'm more than happy with Strictly Come Danso, like Kevin Garnett, Danso, the beast. You know what he reminds me of?
Yeah.
He reminds me of Davison Sanchez because he wasn't good with his feet, but and I don't mean this being rude,
it's not
with
not.
a footballing brain. Like, do you know what I mean? That just won't just switch off. Like, he doesn't just reboot. do you know what I'm saying? Like, don't go on standby. Danso is someone for me. Like, he may not have ball playing centre back. He might not be able to do the long ball, but when you need someone to be aerial, the aerial ability of him, the strength, do you know what I mean? Like, just how he approaches everything. Like, imagine that we lost 4-0 and I'm looking at Danso, I'm like, that is a quality player. How can you lose 4-0 and be looking at Jed Spencer's Danso as your best players when we've lost 4-0?
I mean, you look at the type of it was a bit of a warrior display I've seen from Jed Spencer since he's come back into the side. Danso, again, I don't think you can really blame him for too much.
You can't, no.
And someone like Tel, again, managed to get it over the line.
Tele, bruv. Paris Pop Smoke, bruv. Put respect on his name. We did, brother, that's what I'm saying. No service, phone on flight mode, Look at that goal.
It was a
Look at that goal
finish.
that he scored.
I'm looking forward to seeing more of him. And actually, his best role is down the middle.
Who you gonna you have to sit someone in the bench.
But he ain't starting. No, listen. When Solanke's back, Solanke's starting. Tel's on the left. Tel is on the left, and then someone on the right.
But Kulu, you have to play Kulu.
Kulu for me needs to be. Kulu for me needs to be behind the striker in a 4-2-3-1, unless Maddison's there, and then you can play maybe Kulu on the right. We can't play Kulu on the right unless Maddison's playing.
I agree.
Do you understand? We can't do it.
Well, it'll be an interesting way to see when everyone comes back, because actually there are players that are due to be back in this group one.
I guess Man United.
So United obviously this weekend, and hinted. Another muddy team.
Brother, we better win that game.
Well, look, we put 7 past them in 2 fixtures already this season. So,
Abbi, full strength. Who's your Tottenham team? Let me hear it. What formation? Who's your Tottenham team? And I'll tell you mine.
Well, I'm going to stick with the formation because he's not going to change it.
No, you tell me.
You tell your formation.
I would do a 4-2-3-1.
And who's playing?
I wouldn't drop Spence.
No, tell me who's in goal.
Fully fit.
Yeah.
Vicario.
Yeah.
Udogie.
Yep.
Van der Ven.
Yep.
Romero for now. For now.
Yeah.
I would go Jed Spence.
Yep.
I'd like to see him on the right.
Yeah.
4-2. Who's going? I know it's difficult. It's difficult.
It's difficult, you know.
Yeah, very difficult.
Archie Gray in midfield.
Yeah.
Would love to say Bergvall, but fear it might be a bit too light.
Yeah.
I'd maybe put Maddison.
What, there in the back two?
Oh no, not in the back two. No. Basuma maybe.
Or Bentancur?
Depends what day you ask me, really.
Because this is exactly like my team.
I'll go Basuma.
Okay.
I'll go Basuma on a one-off basis. You've got one game.
We can just put Basuma and Bentancur as a two swap, Because this is exactly like my team.
Let's go Basuma.
Front three now.
Kulu.
Yeah, on the right.
Solanke
up front. Who's behind the Maddison behind, and then at left, Tel or Son?
Nostalgically, Son.
100%.
But could change.
On form,
Tel.
Form. Well, not even on form, because they ain't really done anything.
But would I like to see, then Tel.
That's the exact same team I choose, Abbi. That's what I'm saying. That's why I had to ask you, because it's like, I don't want miracles. I want what we want to see.
We just want a little bit of a changing.
But that's what I mean.
Parts.
Like, I'm not here saying, I want Ange. I don't want Ange out because I'm telling you, if Mason's in charge, simulate the season, blood. Do you know them way there? You know, like on FC25 when you press triangle and you go to a date, simulate the season. Even if we had to simulate and I didn't know if we'd be relegated or not, I'd take that chance rather than see Mason in charge.
I agree.
I promise you.
Look,
so if it's Ange or Mason, then my seatbelt is on.
Absolutely.
And I'm telling you, Thelma and Louise thing, bruv, I'm off.
We're riding out till the end. We're riding out until the wheels.
Well, let me tell you this. If you tell me, we can have Maurizio top-notch Pochettino back today, I'd sack him on the spot. NFL Super Bowl quarterback setting, sacked. I'm telling you, sacked.
I think that's clear. I think every Spurs fan also would like to have Pochettino back. And any of the ones at the time that felt that he was... That it was, he had to go.
But do you think
they were wrong?
Do you think Poch would want to come back now?
Yes, I do. But I think that he's not going to be coming back until after America. So I think that we can sing his name all we like. I understand it. I'd love to have him back as well.
No, but we're in America. Our club. We're in a state.
We are.
We're in a state. We're in a state, so we might as well be in America. Do you know what I mean? Let's be honest. Trust me, you might as well just come now. Come now.
Well, look, we have got United this weekend. Hopefully, we're going to get some players back. Hopefully, the next time I hopefully see you guys, we actually might be further up the table. We might not be sitting.
Next season or
next? Well, maybe.
No, I just asked because you want to see us up, yeah? I want to see us up as well. Of course. But the other team perform, they need to lose. The other team is in front of us. Have to lose.
That's what I mean.
So because you think it's only us who win and we just go forward, the other team, they need to win.
Top 10 finish?
Oh, no.
Top 10.
So you think we can make a top 10 finish this season?
I don't care, bruv.
Just win the Europa League?
If he don't win the trophy.
No,
if he wins the Europa League, then, brother, I'll give him a new deal.
I'll give him build him a statue.
So would I,
but I think it's...
I'll speak in Australian for the whole season next season. I'll come to talksport on a surfboard.
If everyone's back fit, I think you need to concentrate only on the Europa League.
Yeah, I agree.
That's it. Need to concentrate only on this.
But I would like to just make sure we don't go down.
I don't think Spurs won't go down. No, it's definitely won't go down. But we need to. That's the season we need to win that Europa League. You know what? Because big team from the Champions League can't come down.
Exactly. So is it going to be like that again next year? Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Exactly.
Maybe,
we don't know. This is our best time.
No,
but at the same time, this was our best time to win the FA Cup. Liverpool out. Chelsea out.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
This is what upsets me, Abbi.
That's it.
I don't want people, if someone's ever watching this and they think, this is the first time they're watching me, I don't want you to think that, Ange, what he did in the Carabao Cup, we beat Man United, we beat Man City. The teams we had to beat to even get here was amazing. I would have never wanted him sacked before that. He doesn't deserve that. And I believe, even with what he's done there, that Europa League, we have to keep him in charge for that.
I agree.
Just give him a chance.
Because we all know that we would rather have him in charge than Ryan Mason.
100%. And even if we get a new manager in, there's no one's going to expect him to win anything. No, so if you're going to give this new manager
let's
time,
just ride out
let's write off this season. Let's just ride it off. And then if we don't win anything and we don't finish in a decent position, sack him in the summer.
Even him, he have to come hand up.
And we gave him a 4-year deal.
I didn't do my job. I got it. Yes. Should be happy to. Don't complain if it's been sacked, don't say anything.
And to be honest, we're going to need to pay manager the wages that they get in, the football players get in Saudi for them to come to us.
Well, I'm not
real talk. We're unattractive. We're super ugly like Jay-Z, fam. And that's the song. I'm not saying Jay-Z's ugly. That's a song. That's a song.
On that note,
super ugly. You know that tune there? That's my guy.
Guys, what a show. It's been so nice having you both here with me.
Was it over already?
It's over already, but you can come back anytime, and I'll hold you both to that. That is all we've got time for this week on Inside Spurs. A huge thank you to Pascal and X. We will see you next week. Come on, you Spurs.